Coming to you live from the Tino Studios in Minooka, Illinois. I'm your host, Bucky Shanks, and this is Tino Tonight. Welcome everybody to the Conference Championship edition of Tino Tonight. The regular season is settled and the conference title games are decided. We have a milestone that was reached this past week. USC, after losing to Colorado, is the first team in Tino NCAA history to lose 20 games. The Trojans head coach Jason has a career record of 2-20. Hopefully this offseason is kind to USC. But with the holiday weekend here, this is going to be a pretty short and sweet episode. So that being said, let's jump right into the Squeak of the Week. This week's Squeak of the Week features Cal and Arizona. Arizona won this one 776.50 to 760.65. The 15.85 point win is the 33rd closest game in Tino NCAA history. These two teams not really playing for much of anything, not really that big of a squeaker, so we're going to feature it like we usually do. But let's get right into movers and shakers. This week's movers and shakers are Michigan and Kansas State. Starting with Michigan, they beat number 17 Michigan State and number 13 Ohio State to get here. Next up, they got the conference title game versus Penn State. Kansas State, they beat number 25 West Virginia and number 20 Oklahoma State to get here. 3 wins on the year for Kansas State, and 2 of them are ranked. Next up, they've got the offseason. See if they can put it together this offseason and get something going for the 2021 season. And next up, we're going streaking. UCLA lost last week, so the regular season win streak ends at 12. That record will stand until next year with Tennessee and Penn State within striking distance. The overall win streak is still in reach this season, however. Tennessee can set the new record if they win the national title. Penn State can tie the record if they win the national title. Iowa has now set the record for losses in a row at 16. Wake Forest has now lost 11 in a row and remains second. Please ignore the graphic as USC no longer holds the record for losses in a row. And that brings us to the brand new updated top 25. Coming in number 25, Wisconsin 5-6. Coming in at number 24, Miami 5-6. Number 23, Oklahoma State 6-5. Number 22, Arkansas 5-6. Number 21, Michigan State 6-5. Number 20, Oregon State 6-5. Number 19, Virginia Tech 6-5. Number 18, Ohio State 6-5. The Buckeyes are now 3-8 versus the top 25 and 0-3 versus the top 10 lifetime. Number 17, Mississippi State 7-4, and number 16, Auburn 7-4. Number 15, Syracuse 7-4. Number 14, Washington 7-4. The Huskies head coach Chris Finger picked up career win number 15 last week. Number 13, Georgia Tech 7-4. The Yellow Jackets, with the loss to Clemson, makes their first career loss versus a top 10 team. They are now 4-1 versus the top 10 lifetime. Number 12, Florida 7-4, and number 11, Florida State 8-3. Number 10, Rutgers 8-3. Number 9, Clemson 9-2. The Tigers are the only team in Tino NCAA history who has never faced a top 10 team. Number 8, Kansas 9-2. Number 7, Arizona State 10-1. The Sun Devils are now 3-1 lifetime versus top 5 teams. Number 6, Michigan 9-2. The Wolverines improved to 14-4 lifetime in Big Ten play. Number 5, Baylor 10-1. Number 4, Penn State 10-1. Number 3, Iowa State 10-1. The Cyclones are now 2-0 lifetime versus top 5 teams. Number 2, UCLA 10-1. The Bruins are now 0-3 lifetime versus top 10 teams. And number 1, Tennessee 11-0. The Volunteers head coach Mark Boland won his 20th career game last week. And that brings us to the conference championships. We've got the SEC title on the line for number 1 Tennessee taking on number 17 Mississippi State. For the Pac-12 title, we've got number 2 UCLA versus number 7 Arizona State. For the Big 12, we got number 3 Iowa State taking on number 5 Baylor. For the Big 10, we've got number 4 Penn State taking on number 6 Michigan. And for the ACC, we've got number 9 Clemson taking on number 11 Florida State. And that'll do it for the shortest edition of Tino Tonight. Reason being, it's just a holiday weekend and I just wanted to spend it with the family and watch some college football and basketball. Hopefully you guys do understand. Good luck to all teams in this week's conference championship games. We decided to scrap the picks of the week as that just didn't seem to add much to the program. You might have noticed we held off doing if the season ended today as well. Reason being, the season is basically over and we will reveal the bowl games and how the entire postseason shakes out on next week's show. With the Ravens game getting bumped to Tuesday and they were slated to be the Thursday game this coming week, it doesn't look like we will have a game to set lineups for on Thursday. That being said, the postseason will be revealed before you have to set a lineup. Hopefully everyone had a great Thanksgiving. For all of us here at Tino Studios in Buckingham Palace, as always, I'm your host, Bucky Shanks. Good night, everybody.